Good afternoon, and in this video we're going to be examining the ways to be able to make proper measurements on a Florida white-tailed deer to ensure that they are legally available for harvest under the Florida antler restrictions. Florida antler restriction guidelines state that a buck must have at least 3 points, 1, 2, 3, on one side of at least 1 inch in length or greater. So we're going to measure this one side, ensuring that each point is 1 inch in length or greater. So far, each point that we measure easily meets the minimum standards of being 1 inch in length or greater and having 3 points on each side. The rules also state that if the deer does not have at least 1, 2, 3 points on each side, that it must have a main beam of at least 10 inches in length at a minimum. This deer is a perfect example because one side is perfectly legal, meaning the 3-point minimum. And then also, if we look at the other side, he is missing the eye guard, so we only have 2 points. So what we can do to determine that this is a legal Florida buck if he only had 2 points on each side is we take the smallest antler, which is this antler here, and we measure the length of the main beam. The main beam is a distance from the base all the way to the tip of this furthest point, which is called the main beam. So what we do is we take flexible tape and we'll measure from the main beam on the inside edge, ensuring that it is at least 10 inches in length or greater in order to be harvested. This deer right here meets the minimum requirement by 1/2 inch with a 10.5 inch main beam on one side. Again, showing that this is a perfect example of a deer that meets the minimum requirements. Minimum requirements, again, being at least on one side, 1, 2, 3 points that are 1 inch in length or greater, or less than 3 points that has a main beam that must measure at least 10 inches in length or greater from the base. The base, again, being right here, right just above where the antler meets the skull plate, to the very tip of the furthest length on the antler being the deer's main beam.